ShabbatSmart hot water controller using the booster pump, the cold water booster pump disable for Shabbat. So in addition to the ShabbatSmart hot water control, if we have a brake tank with a pressure pump, a booster pump, or just a booster pump, we can disable it in Shabbat mode. So for that we use this mains water booster set disable relay, where we will have live coming into the common and going out from the normally open. During the weekday it will be live, and Shabbat mode that will be off. Now we will look at the detail. Worth mentioning, if you want to see it clearly on YouTube, make sure you set your resolution to high definition or 4K. Now let's look at the connections on it. So as we can see over here, we have the mains cold water incoming, goes into the tank with a float switch on the tank, and then it goes out of the tank into a booster pump, and from the booster pump to the cold water services and towards the hot water tanks as well. What we add over here is we add a motorized valve right over here and a bypass from the cold straight out to the services. This motorized valve is a normally open motorized valve, which will be open when it's not energized. So during the weekday we will energize it to make sure it's closed and the water only comes from the booster. On Shabbat mode it will de-energize and open, and when it de-energizes it also switches off the power going to supply for the pump, and therefore the pump will be off and the valve will be open. We always need to remember to have a double check valve on the outlet this side and this side here. In addition, we add a bypass to this valve, a manual one, and a manual valve going out on the pump side. This is in case that the Shabbat mode did not kick in, was not set correctly, or did not kick in, and you still want to use the cold water. You can manually close this valve over here so the pump will never trigger even if it's powered, as no water is coming through it, and open a bypass valve, as this valve, if it's in weekday mode, is still closed, so you will manually open it, and then this way you can get cold water coming out. Thank you for watching.